You are a very cunning little boy, aren't you, Master Frederick, if that is your real name?
A balding, bespectacled face stood at Frederick's bedroom door, uniformed, a tiny moustache, the heel of his boot making a sharp sound as he brought it down hard next to the other to punctuate his always important pronouncements.
Herr Himmler, you startled me.
Himmler had entered the open door without knocking. He stood staring at the boy, saying nothing but smacking his gloves against his thigh.
I'm reading.
Be smart with me, boy, and you will find yourself missing somewhere where no one will find you. I am not as gullible as the Führer and his friends.
He will be pleased to hear it.
Yes, of course.
Undeterred by the implied threat of being told on,
Your little pantomime for Hitler was quite something, I am told. I have been making inquiries. There is no one to vouch for you, boy. I have unearthed an old photograph of the von Eichmann family. The boy in the picture hardly bears a resemblance to you. Do you want to tell me who you are?
How dare you insult my family?
Frederick rose accusatively.
Get out.
Or what? Your stocks with the Führer are not so high since your argument with him.
Then said in an ironic whisper,
You know the one about the Jews?
returning to full voice,
Of course, he told me, you are a Jew lover. It got me wondering. The Führer's view of you will be even less when I tell him that you are an imposter as well. You wish to interfere with our plans in regard to the Jews? You are so puny you can hardly keep your britches up. Tell me what the future looks like now I have discovered you.
Frederick was surprisingly calm, surprising to both him and Himmler, given that of which he had just been accused. His hatred of Himmler and his resignation to his fate after his outburst with Hitler left him bereft of concern and now resigned to having been caught. He ceased to pretend.
So you have not spoken to Herr Hitler?
Not yet. I wanted to meet you in person to be sure, gauge your reaction.
And are you now sure?
You are guilty as hell?
So you have come here alone to arrest me?
Frederick had strolled over to the door and was looking down the empty corridor. He closed the door and gestured for Himmler to sit. Himmler, unthreatened and curious, obliged, removing his hat and throwing his gloves into it, placing it on his lap.
Your hatred of the Jews is irreconcilable with intelligent behavior, and your plan to eliminate them is barbaric and will destine this country to humiliation and destruction.
Frederick casually sat down in the chair opposite Himmler, staring straight into his weedy eyes as he crossed his legs, calmly placing his arms relaxed on the armrests of the chair, hands flopping over the end pointing towards the floor.
Ha ha ha! You have a set of balls on you, that is for sure.
Himmler reached into his uniform for a pack of cigarettes and lighter, expecting to be entertained further before he arrested the boy.
Do you mind if I have one of those? It has been quite a long time. I don't suspect it will hurt now.
Himmler accommodated him, a last wish perhaps, puzzling over the boy's manner.
You know, you're much smaller than I imagined you to be, Herr Himmler, and fatter,
Frederick lit his cigarette.
but just as ugly.
Frederick half stood to casually pass the lighter back to Himmler before falling back into his chair, slouching, relaxed, cigarette poised alongside his face, his elbow on the rest of the chair, smoke billowing, their eyes clenched in a wrestling match. He drew heavily on the cigarette again, looking for a reaction from Himmler to his insult. Himmler burst out laughing, thinking the boy an ant complaining about the boot that was about to step on him. Frederick continued enjoying his opportunity.
Maybe your attitudes have been influenced by the ravings of Walter Darre or that racist vermin Alfred Rosenberg. Are you sexually aroused by those men?
Himmler stopped smiling.
That is an impressive uniform, Herr Reichsführer. But have you ever worn it in battle? Have you had the courage to kill anyone up close, to face the danger personally, or are you still just an agronomist? How are the flowers in your garden?
You know too much for a little boy. Those fools who advise Hitler are too stupid to see that you cannot be who you say you are.
You are right, of course. I have come here for the specific purpose of stopping you from killing the Jews.
Frederick paused for effect.
Or kill you if you are too stupid to reconsider your opinions.
I haven't yet decided what the best course of action is with the Jewish problem, but extermination sounds like as good an idea as any. Why do you think you can influence anybody's opinion on that matter, you little shit? Perhaps we should start with a spanking on your bare bottom.
You would enjoy that?
You are full of good ideas. Who are you, boy? An answer now?
My name is Franz Gothenburg. I am 135 years old, assuming you don't count the last two twice, and I look pretty damn good for my age.
And demented it would appear.
I have come here from the future, a future that has seen Germany destroyed, 6 million Jews killed by you, and you yourself dead of a poison cowardly self-inflicted after you were arrested by the British.
Ridiculous. Do you think me an idiot? I think we will start this extermination with you, Master Gothenburg. A Jew, I assume. You have that smell about you.
I am a Jew, and unlike you, human.
Himmler threw his cigarette on the floor and sat up in his chair, but before he could act further, Frederick quickly added,
There is one thing I could show you to prove what I say.
Frederick stood, dropping his cigarette butt on the floor and extinguishing it with his shoe. He walked over and reached into his desk drawer. He turned to reveal that it was a pistol. He had stolen it from the guard station the day after his fight with Hitler, the beginnings of Plan B. Himmler lurched back into his chair and began to fondle with his leather holster.
Pull that gun and I will shoot you.
Frederick cocked the weapon to demonstrate that he understood the mechanism. Himmler paused, half raising his hands.
There is one further thing I want to say before I let you go.
And what would that be?
You are a dirty little gutless murdering cunt.
Frederick picked up the cushion from his desk chair and, stepping closer to Himmler, continued.
Perhaps we will start with you instead.
A muffled bang. Himmler fell to the floor, blood streaming from his temple.
Smell that, you prick.
Frederick was standing over him, watching the blood spurt, wanting to fire a second time, watching the life drain from Himmler's body. He was mesmerized, imagining the parents that he had lost at Himmler's hand. He pulled himself back into reality and went quickly to the door, smoking gun in hand and opening it ajar, waiting to see if the noise had been detected. There was no one. He went to Himmler prostrate on the floor now, almost dead, and opened his holster, removing his gun and placing it in his hand, hiding the gun he had just used. He searched through Himmler's coat for the family photograph he said he had found. He had indeed brought it with him, presumably to show the boy, but Frederick's forthrightness had made any proof unnecessary. He destroyed the photograph. He opened Himmler's coat and unbuckled his belt, pulling down his trousers and underpants. He thought for a second that the scene better reflected the man, but that was not his purpose. He tore up what was left of the cushion, placing it in the garbage, picking up the fragments of it from the floor, using Himmler's gun now in Himmler's hand. He expended the weapon, firing out the open window this time so that the shot could be heard, and went out into the hall and began to scream. The nurse was the first to attend the boy, having heard the second shot and the boy's screams. Viewing the wretched scene, she immediately called the police, and Hitler was quickly told and was within moments on the scene. Frederick pretended to be deeply distressed and almost incoherent.
Tell us, boy, settle yourself. What happened?
Hitler asked impatiently, distressed.
He came to my study unexpectedly.
Frederick sobbed.
We talked. He said he had seen me around and was impressed by me, and my good looks.
Hitler's eyes went skyward. He knelt on one knee and put his hand on the boy's shoulder.
Go on.
He said he loved me.
Hitler's head dropped.
I didn't know what to say.
Frederick's explanation became hurried.
He pulled down his pants and sat down. He asked me to hold his penis. I said no, and ran to the door. He pulled out his gun and beckoned me over. I began to scream. I told him I was going to tell you, and I ran out screaming for help. When I was in the hallway, I heard the shot.
Stop!
Hitler stood.
You two get this body out of here.
Hitler said to the two attending policemen,
Nurse, clean up this mess. You heard nothing of this. Do you understand? None of you.
Everyone in the room nodded.
Sergeant, you will be advised of what to put in your report. Give me that notebook and get out.
Hitler summoned over his adjutant.
Get SS Obergruppenführer Heydrich in my office tonight.
Hitler, always preoccupied with his agenda.
He'll have to take over Heinrich's duties, at least for now.
There is no shortage of arseholes around here.
Frederick said under his breath.
What?
Hitler asked tersely, angry with what had transpired.
I said I want to go to Nurse Helga's room.
Of course, go.
Sepp Dietrich walked through the door after letting the boy and the nurse pass, having heard Frederick's account from the hallway. Hitler looked at him despairingly, shaking his head. General Dietrich worked for Himmler but was once Hitler's personal bodyguard and remained a trusted friend.
I had heard rumors.
Dietrich said,
I don't want to hear it. Leave the man in peace. Whatever he was, he has paid a price here tonight, and I will desperately miss his organizational skills. Of all the times for this to happen.
I will ensure that this is attended to. You go.
My friend, come see me when you finish here.